Okay, I'm getting ready to see if I wasted a bunch of money or not. So at this stage, I've got the Holley accessory drive for a big block Chevy in here, and it's basically based on GM parts. Like this is an LS1 CS135D, Type 2 pump, Sandin S7, GM tensioner, even the water pump is from an LT1. So real nice, real happy with the casting. Everything went together pretty well. The instructions are pretty clear. Also did a hydroboost conversion. Not as happy on that, but I did do that on a budget, so that was a not very fun. I have a cooler up front. Well, of course we still have the tranny cooler. Now the one thing I don't currently have right now is the fans. I want to make sure there's no issues before I put the fans on, because they do kind of get in the way a little bit. So we'll put those on. We're not going to run it for very long. Just topped the coolant back off. The power steering is full. It's going to probably squeak like crazy and make noise because it's got to fill both of those. I did pick the car up off the wheels and cycle it back and forth a bunch of times with the steering rack to kind of siphon some fluid, so that should help. The brakes aren't completely bled yet. I'm not worried about it. It's not going anywhere. I'm not putting it in gear. I'm not driving. Right now, I just want to see if everything starts, if everything works, if there's any fires, if there's any issues. I do hope to rewire this car this winter, but for now, you know, it's still a very modified stock 50-year-old setup. So all right, so we're in the car. Let's see. Well, so far nothing crazy. Got 12 volts, which we already know because we got a meter up there. Yeah, so 11.8 is what it's seeing. Hopefully we got enough battery to start her. Let's find out. Here, we'll look over here. I think that's more. Okay, she did start. Took a minute for oil pressure because I did just change the oil. 4x4 is off apparently, whatever. I'll have to adjust that, I'm sure, with it being unplugged so long. Okay, so 14.8 volts. So the alternator is definitely working. I don't hear any squeaks. I'm actually surprised at how well things are working. Yeah, 14.8. So I think everything sounds pretty good. It's always hard to know in this car. So, because it's kind of noisy. One of the other things I wanted to know is the water pump working? Well, I don't have this full enough to know. I can't tell yet. No real way to know. Yeah, the sewing machine is a little louder than I remember, but I did just change the oil, so it may take her a second. So, nice heavy wire for the positive. And some of the noise I'm hearing could literally, oh yeah, you can feel it. So let's see what happens when I hit the brake. Yeah, I figured it would make noise and kick back. So I remember that on the Corvette. That's air bubbles. So she's still got to be bled yet. So we expected that. But that's a start. Yeah, that's a weird feel. Yeah, there's definitely air in that. So I've got to bleed that down. I'm not going to run this very long. I do have a cooling system on, but I don't have any fans. So, alright. Well, I'm going to shut her down. Okay, she does shut down. You always worry anytime you change an alternator, is it actually going to stop? Although the Holley kit did have a diode in line, and I did take the bulb out that I had added. So I was pretty confident all that was going to work. I'm not sure if the the water pump is working yet. We're not getting it hot enough to know. You know, I've got to assume it is. Hard to tell. Not a lot of tension here yet. So hopefully that weird noise isn't a big thing. So I'm hoping everything kind of tracks and quiets down here soon. But yeah, so nothing bad happened. Let's see what the fluid looks like. I bet it's aerated. Oh yeah. Yeah, we kind of knew that would be the case. So let's let her just sit and bubble. Yeah, we expected that. There's going to be a lot of air in that. You know, we're filling this, we're filling the lines, we're filling the accumulator, we're refilling the gear. So it'll take it a second. It'll be fine. So yeah, at this point, I think it's all working.